At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your caps as we honor America and the freedom that will always be ours with the singing of our national anthem.
A ceremony that took place at Middletown High School South over the weekend honoring law enforcement, military, and first responders has sparked controversy, and the NJ ACLU has declared there was an underlying frightening message. It all stems from an interview before the event with Middletown Police Deputy Chief Stephen Dollinger and the Asbury Park Press. I did reach out to the Deputy Chief and was told he was not available. Reportedly, Dollinger told the press that the event was one to thank the men and women in uniform, but also a response to pro athletes who have followed in the footsteps of San Francisco 49ers Colin Kaepernick and have kneeled during the national anthem. Dollinger was quoted saying, "It's okay to stand up for social justice, inequality, and reform. It's another thing to not stand up for the national anthem." The ACLU then wrote the district saying, according to press reports, however, the event is being used to intimidate and ostracize people who express their views about systematic racism and social justice. I did speak with the district superintendent, who did not want to go on camera, but he says they fully support people who exercise their First Amendment rights. He says at the event there was a designated area for protesters in a prominent position near the stadium. He wants to be clear that no student chose to protest.
The idea that I took away from this was everybody's got their right to free speech and protest until the cops stand up, A, for their wounded fellow officer in Linden, and B, just to point out that if someone wants to kneel for the national anthem, they have a right to stand up for it. This shouldn't even be an issue.
I happen to agree with the ACLU on this one because it's not the role of the police to tell people whether they should kneel or stand during the national anthem. People can have their own sense of decorum, their own sense of pride, and choose to stand. It is our right to kneel if you want to kneel during the national anthem. It's really disturbing when a police officer who has the right to arrest you if he decides that you're doing wrongdoing to say, oh no, you're not allowed to kneel. It's a disturbing message.
But Sibyl, you're mischaracterizing what happened. No one said that. They showed up.
I am not mischaracterizing. I'm going to read you the quote. I'm going to read you the exact quote.
Because I just heard the quote.
Because yeah, I know. Because
yeah,
but you seem to forget because you're saying I'm mischaracterizing.
Go right ahead.
So I'm going to read the quote.
Go right ahead. Read it, please.
The quote is, "It's okay to stand up for social justice, inequality, and reform. Right. It's another thing to not stand up for the national anthem. It's not his right to tell students at a school whether they should kneel or stand."
He said it's another thing. He said it's another thing to do that.
That's a criticism of it.
So a cop's not allowed to criticize some
his place.
overpaid athlete for kneeling during the national anthem?
It's not a cop's place.
Right now, I think if people have an opinion, anybody should be able to share it. We shouldn't pick and choose who is allowed to say what.
There's a time and place for things like this. I think prior to a giant game, a rivalry game, where these kids are pumped up and they've been preparing for weeks, they should be the focus on what's going on game night. Not protesting, not Colin Kaepernick, not kneeling for the national anthem. Yeah. I think this is the wrong time. I don't think the message is wrong, but I don't think it should have been before the game.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Ashley.